everybody, it's me, Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and today we are going to be talking about my besties, the one and only reality television superstars from TLC's critically acclaimed television show. Emmy nominated, well not really, Tony nominated, also not that, some kind of award nominated. They did win a reality TV award, something like that. I don't remember what it was called. But the critically acclaimed 1,000 Pound Sisters. And it is day 2 of neither of my dogs wanting to sit in this chair, so please don't be alarmed. They're both fine. They just both don't want to be there, and I don't force my dogs to sit in that chair. It's really totally up to them if they want to participate. And today, once again, neither one wanted to participate. I don't know, maybe there'll come a day where we just don't have any dogs in my videos, but I hope that's not the case. If it is, I'll just start adding like photos of them. Actually, maybe I'll just throw up some photos of them now so that you can still get your fulfillment of Poe and Judy. But yeah, I'm just here to talk about some off-season 1,000 Pound Sisters news. Throughout the off season, I often get like little small updates here and there about Amy and Tammy, and it never fully 100% feels like like it's gonna be something that I really could make a whole video about, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very small updates or things that aren't substantial, and I just like don't feel like I can dedicate a significant time in a video to it. But right now I feel like I have a number of things that we can talk about, and it's also stuff that, like, well, with the exception of one part of this video, it's stuff that I think is just like fun, lighthearted, enjoyable to see, and maybe I'll save the like not as fun and lighthearted stuff for the end of the video. And honestly, at this point on the internet, on the YouTubies, if you will, I could just use some like good-hearted, feel-good stuff, particularly about two women who I really enjoy their television show and their social media presence. If you don't know, I am a big fan of both Amy and Tammy and their show in general, and I've always been very supportive of them, and I've covered them for a very long time. Since before they had a TV show, I covered them whenever they had YouTube channels as well. And so I have a whole playlist of every video I've ever made about Amy or Tammy or both of them or the show, and I'll leave that linked down below in a pinned comment. Today's update in particular was inspired by them meeting up with YouTube and social media star Chelcie Lynn. If you're not familiar with Chelcie Lynn, well, I'm most familiar with her for this character that she has here on YouTube, but I think she does it on TikTok too, to be honest. I'm a little, like, not in touch or in tune with TikTok, and in fact, my TikTok, it's just, I've somehow ruined my For You page, and it's just like the most insane nonsense.
Chelcie, thank you for water. Water tastes really good. It tastes like the color clear.
But Chelcie Lynn has this character that does mukbangs on YouTube, and that's how I primarily know who she is. And the character is Trailer Trash Tammy. And she does mukbangs and goes through the drive-thrus and does mukbangs at different fast food restaurants. And she has like a cast of characters that join her in doing all of those things. And I believe like the actual woman, Chelcie Lynn, is like a stand-up comedian and has a history and background in doing comedy. And I also know her because she's collabed with Nikocado Avocado, of all people, in the past.
Hey guys, Tammy here, and I got Nikocado Avocado with me.
Hi guys.
Okay, you guys know who he is.
Unfortunately.
Alright, he's been on my channel, he's been all over YouTube, you guys know, alright? And we're back with another mukbang. 5 Guys.
So I'm familiar with her, but I've never really, like, because it's like comedy and it's a role and it's an act and it's a skit, like that's not really typically the kind of like YouTubers that I cover, but I have watched many of her videos before. Anyways, a whole lot of rambling right there, but she's been on a tour actually across the country. I think she's got like a a stand-up moment, a comedy skit thing that she does, and she brings her cast of characters along with her. And I actually, honestly, truly, a couple weeks ago, I was going to a drag show at Berlin nightclub here in Chicago, and I was like at an ATM by the train stop that's right there getting money out, and she walked by, and one of my friends that I was with was like, oh yeah, she has a show at the Vic, which is just around the corner from Berlin. And I deeply regret not going up and saying hi to her and asking for a picture and things like that. Like, so many people on the streets of Chicago have no problems coming up to me, and I love it. I love saying hi to them. But it's something, like, for me, I'm not good at doing that with people that I view as, like, celebrity. Anyway, this is getting very far away from Amy and Tammy, but Amy and Tammy actually joined Chelcie for a show that she did in Kentucky, and there have been so many TikToks out and about from it, from like people in the audience, but also even Tammy posted a TikTok from backstage where they showed her like going onto the stage and like waving at the audience and everything like that.
Come on, my heart is racing. All right.
My heart's racing for you.
On stage, see the audience.
Come on, Reed.
Oh, they're yelling for you. They're yelling for you.
Oh shit, shut the fuck up.
No, go, Tammy. Go, Tammy. Go, Tammy.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, let me hear. Yes. Stop. Come here.
Get it, girl.
Get it.
And I just want to say that, like, I am so proud of Tammy. If you follow along on the show, I think a lot of people had a lot of concerns about Tammy getting better, Tammy making progress. The end of season 3 just was, like, terrifying. If you also know anything about her, you know that she spent some time in the intensive care unit, and she was like really on her death's bed, and getting to see her change her life around and go do cool things like this, like go walk out in front of an audience that's just like genuinely thoroughly excited to see her. And on top of that, she's like walking, you know, at the beginning of the TikTok, she is in a wheelchair, but like she walks on stage without assistance. And I think that that's just like amazing for her. I'm so happy to see her being able to do that. Because the first 3 seasons of 1,000 Pound Sisters is a lot of her getting, like, pushed around in a wheelchair by different family members, you know? And so to see all the progress she's made and get to see her, like, out here living her life, doing things that I'm sure she never thought she would be doing, it's just really, like, exciting to see all of that progress. And I just feel very also, you know, redeemed, because I've always been called a Tammy Slayton apologist. Well, I wouldn't say always, but, like, while I've been covering their TV show in the first, like, 3 seasons, where she was a little insufferable at times with the way she treated her family and things like that, I would always like try to see things from her perspective and give her understanding, because, you know, I assumed she really did want to get better, but she was facing a lot of demons. And so to see her overcome a lot of those demons and like make changes in her life, I'm just like so proud of her, really, truly. The Slatons also recreated their very famous TikTok back and forth about paying their bills with Chelcie Lynn and Libby Higgins, who has a character, I believe, named Carla on Chelsea's like YouTube channel.
Try being my size, Amy. You don't know how it is.
Yeah, you don't know how it is.
There's stuff you can do.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
But you want to be a big baby about everything.
Wah.
I ain't the baby. You're the freaking baby.
Yeah, does she look like a little freaking baby?
Grow the fuck up.
Yeah. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah, you first.
Yeah, you first.
Bitch, I've been grown. I pay my bills. My bills are paid.
Yeah, electronically.
So I thought that was really funny, and it was a great throwback to a very obviously classic time on TikTok. And on top of that, they just took a lot of photos that you can see on, I believe, all of Amy's social media, maybe Tammy's too. I know Amy made a community tab post here on YouTube sharing photos with the Chelcie Lynn crew, and I think she did also post them on Instagram, although I could be wrong. I'm just doing this from memory right now in this moment. So it's really great to just see them living their best lives, and I hope they continue to do so. As they should. Another thing I want to say, this is just like one quick little fun update before I go into like maybe the more serious part of today's video. But the other thing is that so many people have tagged me, sent me, whoever, whatever, this reel on Instagram of this Amy and Tammy Tammys tattoo.
Okay. And how much do you think you drink a day?
8 to 12 a day.
8 to 12 cans?
And I am just so touched that people would see like a great tattoo like that and automatically think of me and want to send it to me. But also at this point, I even made like a disclaimer about this on Instagram on my stories one day, but I still get sent that reel in particular once or twice a week. So I'm good. I've seen it. I've now shared it with my YouTube audience. I think it's amazing. Although, honestly, truly, I will say Noel asked me if I would ever get a Sodies tattoo, and I do love the word Sodies, and I do love diet Sodies in general. I personally would never get like an actual person tattooed on me because I just think that like you never know what a person could do to like change your mind about them in the future, you know, not to say that anything's gonna happen with Tammy or Amy that would change my mind about them in the future, but you just like never know, right? Like you never know when somebody's gonna do something that's like really unforgivable in your eyes. So I would probably get like a diet Sodi tattooed on me somewhere, but I don't know that I would get Amy and Tammy tattooed on me somewhere. But yeah, thanks so much to everybody who has sent me that tattoo reel. It is very amazing, and I'm touched that you all thought about me in relation to something so iconic. My last update is a little bit more serious, and it's about the relationship between Tammy and Caleb. A lot of people have sent me a lot of different things, a lot of different media about Tammy and Caleb. I will say, the one thing I haven't seen yet is an article, and maybe I just haven't come across it personally, maybe it is out there, but I have yet to see an article from The Sun, and while The Sun is not like a great news outlet, it has been able to drop a lot of information about the Slatons in the past that has been true when I've fact-checked with Tammy and Amy. So I haven't seen a Sun article about this, but some folks have been telling me for a while. In fact, I think I even brought it up in the last video I made about Tammy and Amy, but a lot of people have sent speculation and discussion about whether or not Tammy and Caleb are still together. So if you don't remember, the last season ended with Tammy and Caleb getting married at the rehab facility that they both were staying at. Since then, Tammy has moved home, but as far as I know, Caleb is still in that same rehab facility. And the struggle seems to be that Caleb hasn't made any progress to get out of that rehab facility, and also hasn't been able to transfer to a rehab facility that's closer to Tammy in Kentucky. And a lot of you also probably know that I had my reservations about the way that Caleb was presented to us all in the most recent season. When he met her, he talked about how he purposely researched that facility so that he could be there with her. So I think all of that is just suspicious to begin with. That's my personal opinion. But a lot of people have been sending me Facebook posts from Caleb, which I don't know, I feel a little bit weird about seeing Facebook posts from Caleb, but now I've also seen TikToks sharing his Facebook posts. And I would say, in general, his Facebook is not very well, like, privated, right? Like, it's very clear that he's purposely saying things because he wants people to read them. And in general, he has like 5,000 some friends on Facebook, and they all seem to be people who found him through the show. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna read to you what he said on Facebook, and then give you my thoughts and opinions on everything. So he said, "If you were only here for my wife, then please delete me now. We are married by paper only right now. Her decision, not mine. It was more than that. I'm hurt, mad, confused, and alone, even with others around. Thank you for your love, prayer, and support." So that was like the most specific thing that he has said about it. Like, that's obviously very clear what he means by that. But there were other things where he gave updates that were like really vague of like, going through something tough right now. You know, that kind of friend on Facebook. And whenever those were going around, I did message Amy specifically and ask if she knew what was going on, because like I do that a lot, honestly, when people message me with this information. Well, not too much, because like I don't want to annoy her, although she's never indicated being annoyed by me. I'm just rambling. This video today is such a mess. But I did ask her a few weeks ago what was going on, and she literally was just like, I don't know, I think they just miss each other. Interestingly, like I haven't seen anything from Tammy. I haven't seen Tammy say anything about this situation. I've not seen any official updates, and so I'm curious what that's about. I like I said, I don't fully trust Caleb as a concept in general, and who knows, like, I'm sure Tammy, who has done this like TLC show thing for a while now, knows that she can only talk about so much publicly, and so I'm sure she's not saying things because, you know, she understands how her TLC contract works, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if things aren't going well, because the premise of their relationship was already kind of sussy. And then on top of that, they are trying to make these things work long distance. And Tammy is out here clearly living her best life these days, going on stages, greeting audiences, living her best life. So it checks out to me that, you know, maybe things aren't going super great. Although, you know, I hope the best for everybody involved. If they're meant to be together, I'm sure that they will work things out, work through things, whatever it might be. And if they're not, then it's probably best for them to be apart anyways. You know what I'm saying? I don't know any more than that. That's just the tea that I continuously get sent to me and tagged in. And so I just thought maybe some of y'all might want to know about it. But anyways, I continue to be so proud of Amy and Tammy. I can't wait for a new season whenever it should come. I assume it won't come until like end of 2023, beginning of 2024, so I will just be patient and waiting. But as we get more updates about the girlies, I will continue to provide updates as I feel they apply. or that I have enough to add to them for there to be any kind of substance to my videos. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was a little like derailed for me today. I feel like I was doing a lot of rambling, but please, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below, hit the bell button so you get notifications every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I had so much fun today. I hope you did too. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!